Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who put you down, manipulated your emotions, and left you questioning your worth? And just when you found the strength to walk away, or it ended, they came back, apologizing, making promises, and insisting they've done the work and changed. They're telling you that they started counseling, that they're now in a new church, and they're part of an accountability group. They're also apologizing profusely for everything that they put you through. As someone who loves God and deeply believes in His power to heal and transform hearts, you might find yourself thinking, could this be real? Could they have truly changed? Is God answering my prayers? How can you know for sure? Especially when this is someone with a pattern of manipulation, empty promises, and reverting to destructive behaviors that left you feeling broken, confused, and questioning your own reality. In today's video, I'm going to give you 4 critical tests which will save your life and the lives of vulnerable people you care for. These 4 tests will help you discern whether someone's change is genuine or just another layer of deception. Now, before we dive into it, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Shaneen Megji. Welcome to my channel on Toxicity is Not Your Destiny, where I put out regular videos to empower you to navigate toxic relationships in your life from a biblical, practical, and spiritual perspective. If you'd like to receive regular content from me on this topic, take a moment right now and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Now, I have some exciting news to share with you, so stick with me to the very end because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some more details. So let's get into the topic. I want to start by simplifying the core issue here. Narcissism is nothing new. It has been around since the beginning of time. And thankfully, the Bible offers wisdom for handling these challenging relationships that is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. To truly understand what's inside a person, we need to look beyond appearances and focus on the condition of their heart. As it says in the Bible, the Lord does not look at things people look at. People look at outward appearances, but the Lord looks at the heart. This is especially crucial when dealing with someone who has a history of manipulation or who is narcissistic. Narcissists are like chameleons. They are experts at changing their external behavior to create the illusion of transformation. They may say all the right things and even act differently, but not be any different on the inside. So how can you tell if their change is real or just another tactic? I'm going to walk you through 4 critical tests, which I believe will save your life. So go get a notebook and write these things down. You will not regret it. These 4 critical tests are known as the 4 Ds. So they are disappointment, delay, disagreement, and denial. And we're going to go through each one together. So number 1, disappointment. How does the person handle disappointment? Disappointment is a powerful test because it reveals how a person reacts when they don't get their way. A person who respects you will manage their disappointment without resorting to guilt, manipulation, or anger. Someone who hasn't changed might sulk or lash out or use guilt to make you feel responsible for their unhappiness. For example, they might say, "After all this work I've done, you owe me some trust." Or, "No matter what I do, I can't win with you." They might just position themselves as the victim and make you feel like the villain for not meeting their expectations. Even if they appear calm, they might still subtly punish you with passive-aggressive comments, or they might withhold affection, or create some underlying tension. Now, a person who has genuinely changed will approach disappointment with grace and with respect. They might say something like, "I am disappointed, but I respect your decision. Thank you for being honest with me." This response shows emotional maturity and a willingness to honor your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable for them. A person who is able to manage their disappointment with humility and understanding shows that they are, in fact, growing and changing. Number 2, delay. Delay is another critical test. Are they patient with your process, or are they rushing to fix the relationship on their timeline or on their terms? Someone who hasn't truly changed might become irritated or impatient with your process. They might question your commitment to your own healing or commitment to following God, or accuse you of being unfair. They might say things like, "How much longer are you going to punish me?" Or, "I've already done everything you asked. What else do you want?" These responses reveal their focus on wanting to regain control over you, over the relationship, rather than respecting your need for time to rebuild trust. In some cases, they might reassure you, but then later pressure you with reminders that they are sacrificing so much. They might say things like, "I've been waiting for so long. I don't think I can take this anymore." A statement like this reveals their entitlement and also their lack of true patience. In contrast, a person who has genuinely changed understands that healing and trust take time, especially when there's been a huge breach or betrayal. They might say, "I understand this will take time, and I'm committed to doing the work no matter how long it takes." This response reflects humility, patience, and a willingness to prioritize your healing over their own timeline. Here's the thing. Genuine transformation never pressures you to trust before you are ready. True change recognizes that the rebuilding of trust must happen at your pace, based on consistent actions and your sense of safety, not on their expectations. A truly changed person creates an environment where healing feels possible but never coerced. Number 3, disagreement. Disagreement can be a powerful way to reveal whether someone is truly open to new perspectives or still stuck in their need to dominate. Maybe you never had a voice before in the relationship, and now you're finding the strength and courage within yourself to express your thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. So now you are disagreeing with the other person about things, maybe about parenting, or how finances are being handled, or even their behavior. Well, observing how they respond or react is a great test. It will speak volumes about their character. Someone who hasn't truly changed might react with defensiveness or dismissiveness or even anger. They might say things like, "You're always against me," or "You're being overly sensitive." Or they might respond to you in a condescending or patronizing manner to make you feel like your input carries very little weight or doesn't have equal value to what the other person thinks or feels. In some cases, the other person might stonewall the conversation or refuse to engage further and leave you feeling unheard and invalidated. A genuinely changed person, on the other hand, will approach disagreement with curiosity and humility. They might say, "I didn't see it that way before. Thank you for sharing your perspective. I'll think about it." This kind of response shows a willingness to honor your voice and create space for understanding and value your input, even if they don't necessarily agree with you. Number 4, denial. Denial is the refusal to give them what they want, and that is often the ultimate test. This is where their true motivations and character come into sharp focus. A narcissist cannot stand limits being placed on them, especially by someone they deem to be inferior to them. This could trigger a narcissistic injury, and so even if they try to hide it, some of it is bound to leak out. A person who hasn't changed might react with anger, coercion, or guilt trips. They might say things like, "After all the work that I've done, you're still punishing me," or "This just proves you don't care about me at all," or "This just shows how bitter and unforgiving you are," or "This just shows that you're not following God." Their response may escalate into pressuring, shaming, or emotionally exhausting you as they try to wear you down and wear down your boundaries. They might undermine your decisions or withdraw support or keep a mental scorecard to use as leverage in future situations. These actions also reveal that their so-called change is still conditional and still rooted in their need to control and in their own interests. And here's a deeper issue that is going on. This person is not trusting God with your healing or their own life. Instead of surrendering to God's timing and wisdom, they are taking matters into their own hands. They're trying to control the process and force the outcome that they want. By dictating how you should heal or how the relationship should unfold, they are essentially placing themselves in God's position and trying to control only what He can rightly guide. Just know that this need to dominate rather than trust is a form of idolatry. This person is replacing aligning with God's agenda with aligning with their own will and agenda. And God will never take well to that. A truly changed person, though, will demonstrate humility and surrender to God. They recognize that healing and restoration are ultimately in His hands, not theirs. When they are denied something they want, they will respect your boundaries and honor your decisions without pushing back or retaliating, even if they don't like it or agree with it. They might say something like, "I'm disappointed, but I respect your decision and I trust God to guide us both." A person like this understands that true healing cannot be rushed or forced, and they're willing to let God take the lead without trying to take control. They prioritize faith over outcomes, trusting that God's plan is always better than their own. Another thing to consider is that narcissists are incredibly skilled at reinventing themselves. They can make dramatic changes to their outward behavior, appearance, or even lifestyle. They create the illusion that they're transformed. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It looks different on the outside, but underneath, it's all the same snake. They might take up new hobbies, adopt healthier routines, or suddenly become more involved in community or spiritual activities. But here's the catch: unless they've confronted and worked through the deep-seated issues driving their toxic behavior, those changes are only surface level. And honestly, on the surface, these changes can be impressive. Maybe they've lost weight, quit a bad habit, or started volunteering at church. They might even sound like they've adopted the language of humility and personal growth and development. But here's the hard truth. Without genuine accountability, a willingness to take responsibility, and consistent inner transformation, these adjustments are often just a carefully constructed image designed to win back your trust. It's so important to look beyond the surface and ask, are these changes about genuine growth, or are they just another tactic? Here are some things you can do to discern whether someone has truly changed. Number one, have they made amends with others? True change involves taking full responsibility for harm done, not just to you, but to others they've hurt along the way. A genuinely transformed person will actively try to fix their broken relationships. They would show a willingness to make things right, regardless of the personal cost. This could look like offering sincere apologies without expecting anything in return, making restitution or taking meaningful steps to rebuild trust where possible, acknowledging the specific ways their actions hurt others without minimizing or deflecting blame. If, on the other hand, they're still leaving a trail of unresolved conflicts or broken relationships or bitterness, it's a clear sign that their change could be superficial. True repentance involves humility and the courage to address the full extent of their actions, not just what's convenient or advantageous to them. Number two, how do they speak about others? Pay close attention to how they talk about people who might influence or support you, such as a pastor, counselor, or a trusted friend. Are they tearing others down? Criticizing those individuals might be an attempt to undermine their credibility and isolate you from sources of wisdom and accountability. Are they deflecting blame? Are they shifting the focus onto others, claiming that those people are biased or unfair or don't understand them? All this can indicate their refusal to take personal responsibility. Are they speaking with humility? A truly changed person will speak respectfully, even about those who challenge or critique them. Their words will reflect a desire for peace and reconciliation, not control or division. And this distinction is vital. Proverbs 16:28 warns us, a perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. If they're still stirring up conflict, sowing division, or attempting to turn you against people who are helping you heal, it's a significant red flag that deeper change has not taken place. True transformation isn't proven in a matter of weeks or even months. It's revealed over time through consistent actions, not promises or declarations. It's important and absolutely okay to take your time to observe. You're not obligated to rush back into a relationship just because someone says they've changed. Pressure to move on or forgive quickly often prioritizes their comfort over your safety and healing. But Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So taking time to rebuild trust is not an act of punishment. It's wisdom and stewardship of your well-being. To help you navigate through this process, consider keeping a journal of this person's actions over time. And this isn't about being overly critical or holding on to grudges. It's really about objectively observing patterns. Pay special attention to key moments when they face disappointment, delay, disagreement, or denial. And write down what happened in the situation. How did they react? What is the underlying tone, attitude, or behavior that you noticed? This kind of exercise allows you to step back from the emotional intensity of the moment and reflect with wisdom. The Bible tells us, preserve sound judgment and discernment. Do not let them out of your sight. They will be life for you. Journaling provides clarity and insight. It helps you prayerfully evaluate whether the person is bearing the fruit of true repentance or merely performing a convincing facade of change. So I hope these insights were helpful in giving you some tools to discern whether this person in your life has truly changed or whether you need to observe a bit longer. So let me shift into my exciting news. 2025 is just around the corner. Who do you want to be next year, and what do you want your life to look like? Maybe you've been feeling stuck and unable to move forward in your healing. What if you could get some help and accelerate so much that you begin the year like a strong oak tree in your identity and ready to step into your God-given purpose? I would love to help you with that. I am launching my 12-week group coaching program to empower individuals to recover their identity from narcissistic relationships. It is starting in January. So here are some details about the program. You will get to be part of a group coaching experience with me and around 12 other women or men, depending on if you join the women's program or the men's program, to find healing, freedom, and confidence, recover your God-given identity, align with God's vision, and move forward with your life, learn how to set healthy boundaries while keeping your peace, connect with other women or men, people who understand the isolation, pain, confusion, manipulation, and gaslighting, and much, much more. Now, if you are seeing this video after the fact, do not worry. This announcement still applies to you if you're interested, so keep watching. Imagine setting the tone for your whole year by doing this healing work on yourself at the beginning of the year. Imagine how doing this critical work on yourself can bring healing to the generations after you and cause the trauma you experienced to end with you and go no further. Where might you be at the end of next year if you were to invest the first 3 months of your year into your healing? How far along would you be in your relationships, in your health, both your physical, mental, and spiritual? And what about having confidence to take on new things that you never thought you could? Or being better equipped to step into relationships that are healthy and life-giving for you and not repeating toxic patterns? And being in a place where God could use you powerfully to bring healing and freedom to others. Your healing doesn't just bring dividends to you, but to every life you touch. So consider applying for my 12-week group coaching program. As of this video, I have 21 spots left. I'm offering a discounted price from what I would normally charge for one-on-one coaching. So book a 20 to 30-minute discovery call with me or one of my fabulous coaches to see if you would be a good fit for this program. It is for people who have come out of a relationship with a narcissist and who are engaged in either no contact or minimal contact with the narcissist. The January program is for women only at this time. If you are a man who is interested, or the time has passed and you're seeing this video after the fact, there is a link in the description box below to add your name to the waitlist, and you will be notified when the next program opens. It is first come, first serve, so book a call with me or one of my coaches to reserve your spot by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I look forward to chatting with you on a discovery call or seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.